Hi, just to do a quick revision to this one. I've put the roof of this church just a bit too high. It looks as if it's on a hill, and I didn't really intend that. So I'm just going to paint that out. It's just a little church, just a spire. But it was just too high. It just looked wrong. It wasn't in perspective with the landscape. So I just put a little darker blue, a red, just to show the up ahead a bit, yeah. Right, I'm just going to give that a dry, and I just want to take it down a touch. Just drag a little bit of the lighter colour back over it, so it's just indistinct. That'll do. That's better than it was. Right, okay, so I'm going to make up a painting. Acrylics. Bear with me a second. I just want to base something on. I use my own work as to base a lot of my paintings on previous stuff. So I did that one. Let's just zoom you out. Oops. I did that one 2 or 3 weeks, a couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I called it Norfolk. I'm going to do something like that again, but on a larger scale. I'm just using it as a guide. I quite like it. It's had quite a bit of interest, but not entirely without his thumbs down, which is not surprising. I mean, this is not everybody's cup of tea, but you know, after 3 years or a lifetime of copying stuff and doing my own thing with it, maybe, but still trying to make it look exactly as it should be. I know I got a bit tired of it. So I'm just trying to do different things to keep my interest going and give me a new direction. There's more than enough of the traditional stuff to look at on my channel. But if you want traditional stuff, have a look at on Facebook, Michael James Smith, an English artist from Southend-on-Sea. He paints landscapes like English landscapes like photographs. They are absolutely perfection. If that's what you like, it's not everybody's idea of painting, but it is so clever and it's so painstaking. But have a look, he's a wonderful painter. If you don't want to, if you forget his name, just look on my Facebook and find the link to it. It's he's wonderful. You can Google him, but there are several Michael James Smith around the world. But he's an English artist, and his dad's, you can see where he gets it from. They exhibit together now and have a gallery in Southend-on-Sea. And I knew him when he was, well, I met him once, but we were in the same gallery, the Webster Gallery in Oxshott, near Epsom. Sadly, the gallery closed several years ago. Right, okay, now I've got this 16 by 12 board, which I've primed. I've left the brush strokes shine through. So I'm going to put a background in. I'm using one of 2 brushes. Well, I'll probably use more, but my basic brushes. I bought these on Saturday. They are varnish brushes. They're artist quality. They're made by Pro Art. They're not that cheap. The 2 of those were £10, but they are very good to work with. I used to use them for oil painting, for blocking in, and they're very good for that. I can't show you my palette. That's a little bit of watercolour. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to squeeze a bit of paint out. I'm using these cheaper colours, mostly, apart from the white. You see, when it dries around the top, look, it becomes plastic. This is acrylic, it's plastic. Oops, this was a very runny plastic. It's PVA, it's like stained or with thick pigment in PVA glue. That's why I use PVA glue to dilute everything. Or make the paint run if I want it to run quicker, or prime the boards, or even varnish. This stuff, it's quite inexpensive. That was £8 for that 3 litre, 2.5 litre box of it. Oh, box, it's not a box, a container. And I just mix it to 2/3 of PVA glue and 1/3 water. But not exactly, I don't measure it out, I just gauge it. So I'll wet the board with my spray, and I'll put in some background colours. So just to see that with the water, it makes it spread quite agreeably. Well, you can cover very quick doing this. I'll put my latex murderer's glove on. Oops. Dropping everything on the floor here. Stop my fingers getting chapped with the water, the constant exposure to wet rags. And we'll put in some bit of red. I don't follow a technique, I just paint, and I do different things all the time. So bear that in mind when you come to look at my work, that I don't teach a method, I just make it up as I go along, and then we'll just go in with a bit of that, a bit of orangey. Going to put out some yellow in a moment. Keep the board nice and wet. And we'll put in a greeny foreground. Just a background of colour and right, so let's go and modify some of that blue up in now. Cover all the white underneath. I didn't do an underpainting. This is the underpainting. Just going to pour out some medium yellow. Swig of tea. It's got very dark and dingy up there. I'll put this light on it. We'll find out where it's plugged in. Bear with me. On the back. I've done one watercolour demonstration today. So, going from easel to easel, I just pushed this studio easel back. I put the metal frame easel in its place. Oh, nothing seems to be wanting to work. Why is that? Ah, maybe because I've got the wrong plug. Sorry about this. The wrong plug in the hole. This is sort of a day glow bulb. better. Oh, it's nasty out there now. Cold March wind. Right, okay. Just. I hope that's not shining on the screen. Right, bit of orange now. Ugh, it's not orange. Right, I'm going to put a bit of landscape in now using this large brush. Blue, red. Just making up as I go along. Don't mix the colours too much on your brush. Keep some various. It's all very straightforward. Let's get some in this in here. And I can go over that, and it's a bit of nothing really, but I am a great believer in using the largest brush possible. The last painting, the watercolour, was back with a hake on the Arches paper that I've been given by David Dickinson. Marvellous stuff. Alright, let's just put in a little bit of contrast. See where we go here. Alright, let's put in some light. Right, it's more like a meadow at the moment, isn't it? But that's okay. A bit of yellow ochre, a bit of white. Soften everything. Keep your brushes dry with acrylic. I mean, clean. Don't oil you can leave unclean for a while, but acrylic you can't. Let's use that other brush. Right, let's get in with some nice yellowy, orangey. Some nice colours in that foreground. Get some white in there. Okay, it's a bit of sky now. Let's get that orange going now. Don't want to spend too much time on these impressions, these abstract impressions. But I want to just drag over that and lose it. Sky going on. I'll put some of that bluish back. It's probably a bit dark. I want this quite high key now. That's a horrible colour there. Just clean that off. I want a sort of a mauvey blue, light mauvey blue, rather than that horrible yellowy grey. Right, clean the brush. And clean the palette as well with a bit of, have a roll of paper handy for doing all this cleaning of your palette. See, most of the palette has got dry paint on it. God, the light is really bad. Oh, it's like a twilight. Blue, red, white. A lot of white. Go back over that a minute. Sort of a bit of cloud there. Right, orangey, yellowy. Another colour. Just put a bit of cloud in there. Right, that sky's coming on quite, excuse me, quite nicely. And we'll get some of that colour down over the trees. And I can go back over that in a second. Just build up as we go. Probably that's not quite dry out there, but we'll go back and just scumble over. High key, just using mostly primaries. Oh, primaries, yeah, red, yellows, blues. I've got a pot of, I've got cobalt, I've got cerulean. I don't use a lot of that, but I've got it because it was only £1.50 for the tube, or the tube. Let's get that in there. Get this nice light from the sky now. There's a bit of work on the foreground, on the foreground. Just trying to create something attractive. Right, get back into this, into the land. Just drag over that. Just catching some light on the foreground. I think I'd like to come higher with that bit there. A bit of a hill. Mm-hmm. Bit better. There's just a bit too much of that, those trees showing, but it needs to dry off a little bit. There, we're going muddy there. I'm just going to dry that. Take your headphones off. What happens when you drag wet paints over wet paints before it's dried underneath? It mingles. Alright, let's put some nice brilliant greens in there, I think. Just a bit of iridium and a little bit of white, I think. Viridian is a beautiful colour when it's mixed with others. Nice. Get that in there. So just keep changing and working until something's going that you really like, and then enhance it a bit. A bit of red. A bit too obvious, I think. What does that look like? That's on the left hand side. It's looking just a little bit dull, so we're going to improve that somewhat. Let's go a bit. Just get a nice bit of just light on that. Bit of wind coming across. They're called high spots. Right, just reducing that. Yeah, see if we can get back in with our still damp there. Okay, I want to put this a bit darker there. Just use the blue and the red. Just a clump of grasses. Go away. So balance that. When I say balance, I mean just make something smaller to change the actual size. You avoid symmetry, but avoid repeating yourself. It's very difficult to do, I know. But you do 2 or 3 boats and you've got 2 boats the same. It just doesn't look right. One competes with the other. Right, let's go try that centre. A little bit of right there. Get the reds back in there. Let's just drag back gently. Bit of pink. Right. I've nearly done enough on it. Okay. No detail other than these bits of grassy high spots. Going to put that in a frame. It's a simple little painting, but it's not so simple. It's resisting the temptation to put everything in, because that's how you know it should be. But abstracting is just to put in what you like. You maintain some sort of resemblance of a landscape. Oops, don't look at that. That doesn't fall out of the frame. There we are, that's just a simple a simple I quite like that. I'll put a signature on it. Put it in a complimentary red. Ish. There we are. Well, it might be a bit insipid, but it's very high key painting, a lot of complementary colours in there, some nice brightness in the foreground, bit of contrast here with the background, and a very, very fluid sky of an evening or morning, or cloud effect on a landscape. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.